Hello, hello, everybody. Excuse me. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It is time for Technique Thursday. Technique Thursday. I'm kind of questioning today's technique. All right, so we're going to wait till a couple of you jump on here. And then we will get going. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Hey, Diane. Hello, hello. All right. So, I'm sorry. I'm getting messages across the top here. It says that these effects are no longer available. Oh, there they are. I had a message that said they're not. Reactions are now enabled with, oh gosh, I don't know what this is. Hey, Carol. I'm getting all kind of messages from Facebook across my screen. I don't know what's going on. They're changing everything. They're going through updates. Hey, Beverly. And they're just changing things. I'm talking about Facebook, you guys. I'm getting messages across my screen that this is not in effect anymore and whatever. I don't know. I know they're changing the storage, but there's going to be a way around it, I hope. They're changing the storage so that any lives or videos that we put up are only going to be... Oh, I'm missing an earring. Dang it. Are only going to be available for... 90 days, I think, and then they're going to be deleted or something. I don't know. They're going through all kinds of changes. I don't know. I lost an earring. Dang it. I hope it's in the house somewhere. Darn it. Okay, so today's technique is done with something that you already have in your house. You know, I like doing that kind of stuff. I got it on Our Upcycled Life, which just happened by chance. It's the same one I did from last week, but I found it on YouTube, and as I was watching it, I'm thinking, this lady looks familiar, and it was the same one as from last week. So this one I tried today. I had some success and some not success, okay? Oh, I have to go get some water. I waited the last minute for the water because it has to be warm. So while you guys are jumping on, I'm going to grab some warm water. It needs to be warm. We're playing with water today. So let me grab some warm water. I'm getting it. All right, I'm coming. Didn't we play with water a few weeks ago too? We did that water slide technique, remember? Okay, so I just got a little dish here, a little container of warm water. So you're gonna need warm water. It does need to be warm. Kim, we don't know yet. I don't know. We just don't know. So one of the groups that I follow, that I'm in, the woman that's in charge of that, she's like, don't panic, you guys. It'll be, there's going to be a way around it, and she's going to teach a class about it or something. I don't know. So right now, we don't know. They're changing all kinds of stuff. It's making me crazy. Al said there's another platform, Blue something, that you could go to. I'm like, but it's like, how do you go away from Facebook right now because it's so popular? You could save them to the cloud, but then who can access them? That's the problem, is people accessing. Because, you know, we have like how-to videos out there and stuff like that. And, you know, it could be 6 months down the road and somebody wants to know, how did she do that crackling technique? Let me go look, you know, and it won't be there. So anyways, they're going through a bunch of changes. As I was popping on tonight, I was getting messages across my screen because I went live that said something about your effects won't be in play tonight, but I did this and it's working. So I don't know. Oh, see, now it comes up at the bottom. Reactions are now enabled with iOS 17. I don't know. Why change it? If it works, just leave it alone. Why? Okay, so here's what you need for today's project. I'm going to start with a magazine. We're going to do a couple different mediums, but I'm going to start with a magazine. You need some packing tape, any kind of packing tape, and warm water, and it does need to be warm. So I don't know how long this is going to stay warm, so we'll see. And paper towels, okay? And I think I do have water and brushes here, but I don't really think I need it. Okay, and we're going to see where we go. I'm going to show you what I made earlier. Some came out, some not so much. not so much. Oh, and you're going to need something to burnish your project with, and so I'm using a card. And this is just, let's see, some of my stuff from earlier is sticking together, and we'll go over that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. For burnishing, this is just a casino card that I have now accessed into my, whatchamacallit, into my craft area, okay? Let me see what I want to get. So I'm looking in here for words or a picture. Okay, so this little thing here of words, let me put you down, says, no hour of the day is without interest if one can take the time to stand and look out at those monuments that rise grandly from their rocky bases miles and miles across the valley. You know, just kind of like a little quote here or there. I did do something with a word here as a sample earlier. I took the word out of that. It doesn't have to be words. It can be pictures. This one says a different approach. I think we're going to start with that little quote that I saw. Now, this is just a magazine. Here's another quote. The narrow sand road will widen, and its capricious sand will be tamed by modern road builders. Okay, we'll do this first one here, I think. And it's just for a sample. Okay, this is an old magazine. I told Al, I go, I need a magazine. Do we have a magazine anywhere? He goes in the drawer where he stashes things, and he pulls this out. Arizona Highways, which he used to get in the mail, which is fine. It's a great magazine. And he goes, here, you can use this one. And I said, well, did you, I said, do you need it? Do you want it? He looks at it. He goes, no, it's from 2017. I'm like, what? Why is that even still in the drawer? Really? Time to clean out that drawer. Where's the date? December 2017. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay. I think I might do this picture, too. I haven't done a picture in the magazine yet, but we'll try it. So I'm going to take this one out, too. Since this magazine's been around forever, it doesn't matter. I can rip it up, and we'll be good. Okay. Let me put this to the side. How many of you out there are doing, I know some of you are, because I've talked to some people that said they're doing them, are doing junk journals. Carol Reed, what are you guys saying? Hey, Melody, you like rewatching the videos? I know. Well, I know, and you know what? And that's why I hashtag them and stuff. I don't know. I'm hoping you guys are able to pull them up that way. You should be, but I don't know. Like I said, we don't know right now. Everything's just, I don't know. The lady that I follow, she said, don't panic, don't worry. She's gonna find a way around it. So, okay. Okay. Packing tape. I'm going to take this packing tape and go right over these words. Okay, we're going to push it down. What we're going to do is we are going to transfer these words, fingers crossed, this quote, we're going to transfer this quote to the tape. Okay? So we're going to burnish it really good. I'm going to push it down. You want it really in there in the tape. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm good. We're nice and flat. I want to crack my card. And then, oh, the back's cool too. I'm going to cut this out just to where I want it to be. I am going to leave a little bit of paper on the sides, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. Okay, so a little bit of paper, just a little bit on the side. 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, whatever. And then I don't need that, so that goes in the garbage. Okay, so here's what we have. Piece of packing tape, magazine, okay? And remember, I did get this on Our Upcycled Life, okay? On YouTube, okay? So we got that. What we're going to do with this now is we're going to put it in that warm water. I hope my water is still warm. This is the only thing is doing this live. My water is going to get cool pretty quick. And so then I got to go run and get more warm water because it should be warm. I did try it with the cooler water and it does definitely work better in warm water. So I've just put it in the water like so. Okay. And it's, she said to have it in there about 30 seconds or more. I think the longer it's in there, the better. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. Do you see I have a new surface I'm working on? I have a board here that I covered in this contact-y paper so that I'm hoping I can wipe it down. I was getting tired of all that other mess. Okay, so we'll see how this works. Al went and got the stuff for me today, and I just put it together, and so we'll see how it works. Okay, so here it is in the water. I think it's probably been 30 seconds at least. Okay, the water's kind of lukewarm. It's not real warm. It was warmer when I brought it over. Okay, while that's still in the water, I'm going to take a piece of tape. Now, the only thing with this is you can really only work where your tape fits, you know, and the tape is only so wide. Now, if you want a bigger photo or something, then you can just kind of put your tape together, okay? So I'm going to just do this one. So if I wanted this to be wider, I could put another piece of tape there and get the rest of the photo right next to it, okay? So I'm going to furnish this. Okay, and I've got the two individuals here with the mountains in the back. So, of course, like you saw, this is Arizona Magazine, so it's all going to be photos from Arizona. Okay, I'm going to just cut this out, and I'm just going to throw that away, and we're going to leave it. Okay, I'm going to now take this. I think it's been in here long enough. We're going to take this out. Now, the reason I leave a little bit on the sides is because it's easy to pull this up from the side to get it started. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your finger and you're going to peel off, you're going to roll off the paper off the back of that tape. And what's happening is, I don't know if you guys can see it yet, the image remains on the tape for whatever reason. It's kind of a weird thing that image, look at that image stays on there. Okay, do you see it? It's stuck right there. I've got a piece that's stuck. Okay, let's get some of more of this off, and then we'll go back and clean up where we need to. Okay. So do you see what's happening? So it's taking off all the background, except right there, it's really being difficult. Okay, we're gonna just keep going here. It's taking off all the background. You just use your fingers and peel all that off. I don't know why it's really giving me a hard time in that one spot. I'm gonna take this now, okay? So look at this. Do you see what we're getting? I'm going to put it back in the water for just a little bit. I'm hoping it'll loosen up that spot. And then also, I did this earlier when I did some. I kind of put it back in the water and was able to feel where there was still paper and kind of clean it up right in the water. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. Now, I will tell you, there are a few different mediums that this process, that I tried this process on. I have to say probably the magazine works the best. Okay, I'll show you what some of the others look like. Okay, so I think I've got this pretty cleaned up. Yep. Oh, I've got a little bit here on the side. Okay, so what you get is your piece of tape now, of course, is clear. So it's like a clear piece of plastic. Okay, I'm just drying it. And now you can use this, look at this, in your journal, in your like junk journal or scrapbook page or wherever you want it to be, okay? Now, do you remember a few weeks ago we made paper? We did this distressed looking paper. So I'm going to just lay it on here so you can kind of see. Okay, do you kind of see the wording? Okay, here, let me put it on white. I have this white tray. Here you go. Now you'll be able to see it. You know what? Here's the thing too, is sometimes like this is still sticky. Can you believe it? It is still sticky. So this is the problem I had earlier. Okay, there it is. Look at that. All right, so now you can use this on your project. You can decoupage it. You can just stick it down because this is still, look at it, is still sticky. Okay, I would let it dry really well to get all the moisture out from underneath it. And you can use it for different things, okay? The junk journaling was a lot of what, when I watched her do this, was a lot of what she was doing, okay? Hello, Maria. Hi, Sue. Hey, Desiree. Who else is on? Jody, Jean, Carol, Michelle, Pat. Steph, Lauren, Carol Reed, Melody, Kim Manley, Carol Reed. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So do you see what you're getting? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, you guys. Okay. Here's the problem I had earlier. So I did a bunch of these. I didn't know what to, so I had them laying around like to dry them. Well, they just kind of got moved on their own. They started sticking to each other. I've got one that stuck to a paper towel. And so they kind of got messed up. Okay, because sometimes, not always, do they still remain sticky. It's just weird how some of them are, this is still sticky. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. So I could take this and actually put this into a journal. Now, I did start a journal, a junk journal, just today. Because it's just kind of the thing going on right now, you know. I don't know that I'll keep it up or what I'll do with it. But I just wanted to show you. Hang on, picking up this paper. Okay, so what I did is I'm gonna put this down upside down, and because it's still sticky, what happens is anything like flying around gets stuck in it. Okay. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna put this one in the water while we're talking. Okay. And my water's not very warm. Okay. So I took a notebook, just a notebook that I had in my craft stash. Okay, it's got these kind of pages. It's not even great pages, but that's fine, whatever. Okay, I covered it with a piece of that paper that we made a few weeks ago. We did, I don't even remember what I called it. I'm so sorry. We were distressing paper or making it look like leather, or whatever we were doing, distressing paper. So I had that paper that I made, and I took that, and I covered the book with it. I Mod Podged the cover and the bind, and then I just wrapped it a little bit around the inside here and hot glued it here, okay? I took another page of that paper we made and added it to my first 2 pages. So it looks like this. Hey, Sandy. All right. So it looks like this. Now, these are thin pages, okay? If I back this paper up, though, you know, back to back with something thicker, a piece of background paper, scrapbook paper, that kind of thing, that'll help because that'll thicken this up. I mean, this thickened it up already. Now, what am I going to do on this page? I have no idea. I don't know. We'll do something. Okay, but it's got a bunch of pages. Not that I'll necessarily use them all, because if you thicken them all up, this book would be like this. You know what I mean? So I might have to actually cut some out. And then I took just a gear and this little square, which I'll show you where I got that from in a little bit, the key that I had, and just glued that on. Okay, so and the front definitely needs more, whatever. So junk journaling, it's a popular thing right now, and it's just using basically different techniques, multimedia techniques. It could be decoupage, it could be, you know, gears and keys, words. You could write something, you know, if your thoughts for the day, write it in there and pop it in there for the day or whatever. It could be whatever you want it to be. They usually look old and weathered. Okay. So that's kind of the junk journaling thing. You could look it up. You'll find all kinds of stuff on it. Okay. All right. Oh, look. See what I mean? These things get like stuck everywhere. That's the only problem. See, now like this is stuck to itself. I didn't even think I touched it. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And it's crazy. So this one, I'm going to wet it again because I got to clean it up. It's crazy how it's wet. You put it in the tape, you rub all that off, and it's so sticky. It just amazes me. Okay, see, it got stuck to itself, and so when I unstuck it, it did take a little piece out of the end. I'm going to lay this over here on top of the magazine. Okay, let's take this one out now. This one's been in there for a little while, and the water wasn't real warm, but we're going to try this one. This is the one with the photo, okay? So, again, I tried going right up to the image, but it was hard to get it started. So then I tried doing it a little over the edge so I had a place to get it started, okay? So here we go, and I'm going to rub this off. Now this is the photo, not just the words, okay? So you just start rolling it and rubbing this off. I mean, the feel of it when it's done, because you know this packing tape, it's plasticky, so it does feel like you have a printed piece of plastic. So it is kind of cool, and you could definitely use these in so many different projects. And what it does is it takes the white out of the background. So like on those letters, you know, you're like, well, I could just cut those letters out and use the words or the phrase or whatever it is. You could, absolutely. But what this does is it takes the background out. Okay, so that you now have just the image. You have just the image without, it takes the white out. Okay, so I've got a little bit more on here. I'm going to stick it in the water, but look up. You see that? It's actually, it's kind of a cool technique, you guys. Now, I will tell you what it worked on for me, of course, and what it did not work on for me. Printer, okay? You have to have a laser printer for it to work on something that you print. I have an inkjet printer. It did not work on that. So what happens, I tried it. I'm not going to do it again because it makes a mess. I tried it with my inkjet printer, and it basically takes all the ink off. I mean, I had ink all over my fingers, okay? So it does not work with my printer. But if you have a laser printer and not an inkjet, it should work with that, okay? Now, this one looks kind of cool. Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember when we used to take photos with cameras? Some of you will remember that. And we used to get the negatives. Look at this. Let me put it on the white. And we used to get the negatives with the photos. Check this. Now, how cool is this photo? Look at that. That's pretty cool. I do like that. Hey, Sue. Hello, hello. Hey, Janelle. It was so awesome to meet you, girl. I was just thinking about you today. Hey, Sue. Hey, everybody. Hey, Linda. Okay, so check this out. Guys, does it not look like a negative? For those of you that can remember negatives. Okay, but here's the problem. Look, it's sticking to my surface already. I just did it. See, I'm going to wet it again. And here, look at it. See, because it's stuck, it left some of the ink on here. So that's the hardest thing is once you get them done, is storing it. See, now it took some of the ink off of that. Dang it. Is storing it so they don't get stuck all over. Maybe on a piece of wax paper. I don't know about parchment. I'm even thinking it would stick to parchment. But maybe wax paper you could store them on. Okay, but now see what happened. I don't even want to do it, but the Indian in his jacket, it took, the man, it took some of the color out of his coat. It's hard to see, but it's there. Anyways, but does this not look like a negative? Right? So if I was going to make a project with it, I think this would be very cool. So this is cool to do it with a photo too, out of a magazine. Okay, I'm going to lay it down over here. Oh, they are, and they're like electricity. They know each other are around and they clamp onto each other. They're crazy. I'm talking about the tape. It's crazy. Okay, that's the magazine. You like this technique, right? Carol, it's very cool. It's very cool. So you'll start looking at magazines differently, of course. It is very cool. I like it. Now with the magazine, it works amazing. We're going to try it with some other things. I do need to go get warmer water, okay? Because you have to have warm water. My water has already cooled, and you have to have warm water. So hang on. I'm coming. Sorry, I don't have a sink right by my table. All right, I'm getting it. I'm actually getting it a little bit hotter, so that I'm hoping when it cools a little bit, it'll last longer. I'm hoping. We'll see. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, another thing that you're supposed to be able to use it on is scrapbook paper. Just scrapbook paper, okay? So I tried it. Oh, that thing got stuck to me. Okay, hang on. I've got to put this far away somewhere because, God, they just stick everywhere. It knows when you're around and it clamps on you. It's like one of those cactuses. This is a piece of scrapbook paper that I had from who knows when. I know it's from Hobby Lobby, but I don't know when I got it. Okay, and this is where I got that little thing that says Celebrate Life on the front of the junk journal. Okay, so I tried doing it with these. The same technique, but with this. And here's what I got. Now, ignore. Hang on, let me see if I can even clean this. It got some paper on it because it got stuck to a piece of paper that was sitting next to it. Okay. It's not coming off, but you guys will get it. I'll tell you what to ignore. Okay. So this, and it's still sticky, you guys. That part amazes me. Okay, hang on. Let me get the whiteboard here. Okay. So this is 2 squares of that, okay? Ignore those blotches in the middle. That's paper on the backside that it got stuck to. So what it did is it took all the brown off the back because it's going to take the background off. And so you can see where it says today is your day. That wording is there, okay? But the dark background, of course, is gone. And then on the other one, it says, why hello there? Well, hello is in pink, and it's very light because it took the background off, okay? Sandy, this is fun to try. And you guys, you really need to try it, and try it with different mediums, different papers and stuff. Some may work for you that didn't work for me, okay? Because like she used napkins on there too, and I tried 2 different napkins. One did not work, one did work. So it just is a matter of, what you work with, okay? So I'm going to show you a piece of background paper. It's scrapbook paper. I call it background paper, and it's scrapbook paper. Look, it's the keys, okay? Old keys. Again, this is from Hobby Lobby. I don't know when I got it, but it's from Hobby Lobby, okay? Did you guys, I didn't put the video up yet. I went to Hobby Lobby today. I did a little reel. I'll post the reel later. Okay, so I'm going to just take a piece of tape, and I'm going to just place it on here. Right here. Right there looks like a good spot. Okay, you're going to go over it again with a card or something. You need something to burnish it with to make it nice and tight to really get that print into your tape. Okay. I was going to say you could probably use a roller. I don't know that a roller would kind of scrape it enough. I don't know. But yes, this is something fun to play with. So I want you guys all getting your packing tape out now. Get out your packing tape and some paper, magazine. The magazines, I think, are the most fun, especially with the pictures in them. It's kind of cool. Yeah, kind of cool. So let me show you what I printed and what didn't work because of my printer. I have an inkjet printer. You need a laser printer. Okay? And I'm going to tell you about this website. I wrote it down somewhere. Where did I write it? There it is. Okay, there's a website out there. I printed these out. Aren't these cool? Look at these. There was a whole bunch of jars. This one that I cut out, I tried to do it, did not come out. The picture came right off because, again, I have an inkjet printer. But if you have a laser printer, it's supposed to work. But I was able to print these for free. It's a website. Get your pen out. It's called freeprettythingsforyou.com. And they have stuff on there that you can print out for free. You have to download it. You have to go through their little thing and download it. But then I was able to print these out. Okay? So this could be something fun that we work with, later for a project or whatever. All these little jars. I thought they were cute. Look at the burlap jar. So cute. Or I could use it for a pattern or whatever. Okay? So it's called, again, freeprettythingsforyou.com is where I got that from. Okay? This one I did not get from there, but I don't know. I got it on Pinterest somewhere. It's all these words. And I printed these out because I thought, this will be cool to be able to do these. But I didn't even try it. Once I tried this and I tried some words that I had printed out and they weren't coming out. They were just rubbing right off. I had ink all over. I didn't try anymore. Okay? But if you have a laser printer, that would hopefully work for you. Okay, so we have our key sheet in here. We're going to try a couple other things in just a minute. Okay, so our keys are in here. This is just scrapbook paper. Okay, here it is. Let me push you down here so you can see the process here. Okay, again, I leave a little bit extra at the side just because it makes it easier to get it started. And then you just start rolling it with your fingers. Okay, and you'll see it start coming off. And actually, if you like doing the scrolling part, it can be kind of relaxing. Okay, you'd be like, okay, I like doing that. All right, so here we go. I like when I'm rolling it and like a big piece comes off. See, this is really dry down here, so I don't think it got wet enough. Because down here, you'll see when you start rolling it, you'll be able to tell like the areas that are not coming off as easy. Okay, so I'm going to put it back in the water for a little bit. And I try, when I put it back in the water, can you see me now? I try to just kind of work with it here to see if some of the more of the paper will come off while it's in here. And some of it does because I can see it floating in the water. Some does, some doesn't. Again, my water is already just lukewarm. You know, that's the thing, is the warm water. So if you're doing it, do it near a sink. You know, don't do it in the bedroom and then you got to keep running out to the kitchen or something to get water, because you will be getting your water warm quite a bit. Okay. So see, now it feels like, just feeling it, it feels like I got it all off. But when I look at it, it doesn't look like it. So here's what this looked like. Okay, and this is probably, I don't know if it's still sticky. So just this print, do you see it? There's still a lot of white on the back. See it all? And now I guess it is still coming off. But with this pattern, or with this paper, I did notice that some of the keys are coming off also. Like some of the ink from the keys, because I could see what I'm rolling off is coming off dark. You know, it's not just the white. And so that was the problem with this one, and I'll show you the one I did earlier too. Now it looks okay, I think. I mean, I don't know. If you wanted to use it for something, I guess it would be okay. If you use it for something that you want to look really aged and old, okay? Do you see it? I'm not going to stick it down because it is sticky. All right, so it's not horrible. It needs to be cleaned up. There's a lot of, okay, it's not horrible. But I just feel like it's got, that it rubbed off a lot of the keys. Okay, so some of the keys aren't as dark as they could be. Okay, now here's the one I did earlier. Still sticky. Look at, that's crazy to me. Okay, wait, let me put this one over here. Okay, and it got stuck to something. Do you see all the paper on the back? Darn it. But here's what it looked like. Ignore the paper on the back because it got stuck to paper. Okay, so here's the one from earlier that's dry. And it's kind of the same, where some of the brown of the keys came off. So some of the keys are lighter than what they originally were. But again, if you're looking for something, that old effect and stuff, it would work fine. If you store them on wax paper, the tape will stick to it. How do you make them removable? I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of putting, you know, if you want to deactivate stickiness, you could put like powder on it. But I don't want to be able to see it. You know what I mean? Am I going to see the powder then? Let me go grab something. Hang on. Let me just see. I don't know that this will work, but let me just find out here. Okay. I don't know that this will work, but you know what? It's Technique Thursday. This is the time to try it. Okay, let's try it. What I grabbed is makeup. It's just a powder, whatever, powder thing, and a brush. Okay, I'm going to go over this. This is the one that's got stuff stuck to it. And see if this takes it off. Because like baby powder will usually deactivate the stickiness. Okay, it's better, guys. It is better. I want to look, though, at the other side and see if you can see. Now, these colors are kind of light. You know, but if you had just like a natural or a translucent powder. Okay. Definitely better. Okay. It's not sticking. All right. Now, if I don't know that you guys can tell online, but just by me looking at it up close, see, it's not sticking at all now. It does have a little bit of a hue to it. Just slightly. Just a slight, like, pinkish hue to it. But that's, again, using this. What about a translucent powder? You can get that at like the Dollar Tree, okay? And I think that would work. So that's what I'm going to have to do. And then I think that would work, you guys. Then you could store them. And really, I'm just applying it just with my regular makeup brush that I actually use. Okay? Then you could actually store them like on a piece of wax paper or something like that, and actually just put a little piece of tape at the top and tape them in, and they'd all just kind of be laying there, you know what I mean? Because this is now not sticky at all. All right? I mean, it's sticking on here, but I think it's from static more than being stuck. Okay? All right, so there we go. Powder. Hey, Leah. Stick to another piece of tape, sticky sides together. You could do that. But then you'd have to really be good about it not getting any bubbles or anything. When you stick those together, you'd have to be really good about it. And then it's going to be really thick. Okay? Yeah, it's going to be really thick then. But this worked. You guys, the powder worked. Baby powder would probably work. I'm just worried about the baby powder being white, that it would show up. And like I said, this does have a little bit of a pink hue to it. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, but maybe you could see it. It's very slight, but all right. Okay, so there we go. We got that figured out. Come on. I know it's not stuck. It's just static, keeping it on there. Okay, so that's what I got to do to all these. I got to go over them with powder so I can save them and use them later. Okay, so we've done a book, a magazine. We did scrapbook paper. 2 different kinds of scrapbook paper. Remember, these I didn't think worked so well. Okay. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Again, this could definitely work on something, you know, aged and whatever. Okay. So that could definitely work on there. Let's try. Okay. I'm going to show you what I did earlier. Well, now that I got the powder out, let's maybe put the powder on here. I'm going to clean this up. Okay. So earlier I did this word, Valley. It was out of that magazine. Okay. This was the very first one I did. And it came out okay, but the letters are really thin. And they have a couple lines in them. Okay. But it was this is the very first one I did, was that word Valley. And it's out of that Arizona magazine. But I could definitely still use it. Okay. And I'll show you the project I'm probably going to use it on, because I already have a plan for it. Okay. So here it is. I just cleaned it up. In the water, so it's got to dry again, and then I can put the powder on it. But there's Valley. Okay, so we're gonna put that back over there to dry up, and then we'll powder it. But I'm gonna use that one in a project, and I'll show you in a second. Okay, so let's now use a napkin. I'm gonna tell you what napkin did not work for me. I tried it earlier with this napkin. And I did I even keep them, or did I throw them away? Oh, why didn't I keep them? What did I do with them? Darn it. Okay, I did it with this napkin. How did I not keep them? Okay, maybe they're here somewhere. Okay, so I cut one of the sections out right here, and I wanted this mandala. So I did it in 2 halves. I did a piece of tape at the top and a piece of tape right next to it at the bottom. And, okay, I'm really confused as to where they're at, because I can't believe I would throw them away, knowing I was going live tonight. Anyway, okay. They did not come out at all. And again, it could be the ink on the napkins, guys, just like the ink on your printer. Just like the ink on that scrapbook paper. It's just going to vary on what works. Hey, Mira. Hey, Patty. Hey, Rosemary. Hello, everybody. So it did not work on this. It didn't take anything off the back. Now, when you do a napkin, you have to go down to 1 ply. So it was 1 ply. I let it soak. Da-da-da. I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, and nothing would come off the back. I mean, until eventually, look in the trash. What did I do with them? I don't know where they went. It looked like just a piece of tape over the napkin, okay? Nothing came off the back until I was scrubbing so hard. I eventually got a scratch in it, probably from like my nail going over it so hard. I got like a scratch in it, but none of the napkin would come off of it, okay? So that was that one. And I said, okay, this has got to work. I got to try it on something else. So I tried it on this, and we're going to try one too. My water's probably cold again, dang it. I tried it on this napkin, and here's what I got. Oops. Here's what I got. Okay, this is only part of it. I only did a part of the napkin. But look. So what it did is, and this one's not so sticky. I mean, it's a little bit sticky, but not much. So I cut it out. I wound up cutting out the part I had. Okay, so I did this. Here's part of what I didn't do yet. Okay, and it came out pretty cool. All right, so we're going to do one of these. The cactus. I kind of liked it. And then I'm also going to do one of a different napkin because I want to see what's going to happen. This napkin is just some fun patterns, but we'll try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. This one's just bees and strawberries and just some fun stuff. And of course, these napkins were in the napkin bundle that we have. I don't know if these were in the big bundle or the small bundle, but we still have napkins available, guys. Okay. So here is the cactus. Okay. So I'm going to try and get, let's see if we can get two pieces together. So I'm going to try and get this end. And this is it too, man. Once it's down, once it hits that napkin, it's down. You can't move it. You know that. Okay, and then I'm going to try and get the saguaro next to it. So, oh God, there, I already hit it, so it's going down. Okay, so we're going to try and get this section right here. Now, what could you do with these? You could actually use them then. You could make cards out of them. You could use them in your projects. I'm just cutting off the extra tape. Yeah, there's just lots of things you could do with them, I guess. Okay, these are just something a little extra you could use. They do look very cool. Okay, so we're going to go over this. We're going to burnish it. I guess it's the Southwest theme today. I have the Arizona magazine. I have the saguaro napkins. I didn't plan on that. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. Leaving a little bit. And then I'm going to peel off the layer in the back, which it's coming off already by itself very easily. Okay, so we're down to, oops, it's sticking to the sides here. We're down to one layer. Okay. All right, so there we go. We got one layer. Okay, my water is not warm at all. We're going to try it. We're going to try it and see what happens. Okay, so it's in my water. My water's cool. Cool. We'll see if it works. I don't know that it will, though, now. All right, so we have that napkin, and then we have this one that I cut. So let's tape this one while we're waiting. This one I'm going to just go right down the middle. There's bees on it. I don't know what I would use it for, but who knows? Who knows, really? What am I going to use these for? Whoop. All right, so I'm going to cut the ends off where I went too much. All right, and I'm going to probably have to go get different water again. Al's not home, or I would have him running to get water. No, I'm kidding. He's at the chili cook-off. There's chili cook-off tonight in our park, and it's right at 5:30. I'm like, I can't go. It's right at the time of Technique Thursday. Bummer. But it's always fun. Al was in it one year and won. So that was cool. He won with my recipe. My secret ingredient. Okay. Let me see if this one's working at all. Otherwise, I'm gonna go get some warm water. Yeah. No. Okay. Let me go grab some warm water, guys. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. make it hot. Should just make it hot water. Okay, hang on, it's getting warm. Please hold. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, coming. All right, I let this run a little bit so it's warm. It's hot. I'm going to put both pieces in there. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's the only thing is the water part, okay? It's, you know, but it is what it is. You could have a little pot of, like, hot water next to you, but you'd have to have a bucket to pour the old water into. Then that may work. Okay? Okay. While those are soaking, I'm going to show you the next one we're going to do, which I do like. This one, I think, came out well. Okay? This is an old music book. I got this at like a garage sale or something. I don't know when. I don't even know the date on it. It's old. It's old. It's old. I've been using this for years for different projects and stuff. I don't even know what language it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But I love the look of the music paper. Okay? So I've got a page of that out of there. And I'm going to take my tape. And you guys, can you believe that we are just literally using packing tape? It's just crazy to me. Okay, I'm going to take my packing tape, put it right here over the music. Cut that off. I'm going to cut off some of the bottom. Now I'm wondering if you leave it in the water too long, you know, like if I put all these in here and pull them out one by one, if it'll be okay. I'm guessing it would be okay. I don't know why not. Maybe the paper would come off easier. Okay. Now, this is just a printed book. It's old. Okay, you can see by the color of it. It's old. Like I said, I picked it up at a garage sale or estate sale or something, and I just picked it up because I thought, oh my God, I love the look of the music paper. You know, I'll use it as like backgrounds or whatever. And I've been using it for a long time. Okay. So there we go. So let's see what we've got going on here, what's going to work. I'll put it in the water in just a minute. I'm thinking if I get it in the water now, it's still warm. I am going to put it in. I'm putting it in underneath that other one. What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work. It's only paper. Okay, so here's the cactus one. All right. So remember, this one was in 2 pieces. Remember, I did 2 pieces of tape right next to each other. Okay. So you can see the background is coming off. There's the white. Okay, you can see that. Now there is some green on there. So some green is, that's how you can kind of tell what's happening is by the color of the roll of paper that's coming off. If it's coming off in colors, then, okay, let's see what happened here. So it came off really good here at the top. Do you see it? And then it kind of like stopped right there. So let's work on those clear areas. Okay, and again, this is the piece that I put in the water, but the water was actually cool, and then I put it back in the warm water, so, okay, but this is, I can still feel some coming off. Let me see. When you pick it up, you can really tell what was missed, okay? So it's going to hopefully be clear all between the cactuses. So then whatever you put it on, it almost, it kind of has like that stained glass look to it. Now see, it's coming apart because remember, it's 2 pieces of tape. Okay, let me rinse it. I'm just putting it in the water to rinse all the extra stuff off of it. But this came out kind of cool. Do you see how clear it is? Okay, hang on. Here we go. Okay, do you see how clear this one is? This is the napkin. So all the white in the back came off. There's still some I see around here that can be rubbed off around that cactus. But do you see how you can see through this whole thing? And how cool this came out, okay? So look, I could still see there's some in here. So when you hold it up, like I said, you can tell what areas got missed. And then it does, I think it really helps. They didn't go over this when I watched the video. I think it really helps to kind of just rinse it back in the water. And it just takes off all that extra stuff, okay? So look at this. It's like a window. How cool is that? So there is your picture. Hi, Mindy. Hello, Hazel, Kathy. I didn't see all you people jumped on. Rhonda, Annette, Cindy, Janet. Hello, everybody. Okay, so how cool is this one? So there's your piece, 2 pieces of tape together. Now, it did overlap a little bit right here. That's why they're holding together, because my tape wasn't straight. You could see right there, it was right next to each other where it's separate. But then I did overlap a little in the middle, so that's why it is. Now, if you were going to use this, you, of course, could use the whole sheet, or you could cut around a little bit of the cactus and use it that way. Okay, but I'm going to put this one down to dry. Is this cool? I actually like this better than the one I did a sample with. I like it. And then, of course, once it's all dry and you use it on your project, what do? You add diamonds. You add leftover diamonds to it. Okay, let's do the next one. This is the one with the napkin. This has been in there for a little bit. Let's see what we get. This one has the one piece of tape. Okay. Okay. Let's see. What are we getting here? Woo! Okay. This one is not, oh, there we go. I guess sometimes you just gotta like get it started. And then it seems to kind of go. Actually, even when it starts to dry a little bit, sometimes it feels like it rolls better then. I don't know. And like I said, they're all different, guys. It depends on the print. It depends on the ink that was used. You could use 2 napkins. I used 1 napkin, didn't work at all. Nothing came off. And then I've tried other napkins, and like that cactus napkin, I think worked great. So you just never know. All right, so here is this one. There's still some white on here, so I did not quite get it all off, but I want to get moving along here. All right, so here's this one. It's kind of neat. Let me just put it on the white here for you so you can see it. Okay, look at that. It's kind of cool. With the strawberries and the bee, this would make that, I think this one would make a very fun spring or summer project. To layer this onto something. It actually almost looks like a bookmark. Totally make a bookmark out of that. Okay, with the clear behind it. All right, so there we go. Okay, I'm gonna rinse that one and put it to the side to dry. Okay, and then remember, if you missed how to make it so it's not sticky earlier, I used some powder, makeup. Put that on, and that takes the tackiness away, okay? So I'm just going to put that one here to dry. Let's wipe this up. Okay, here's the music note. This was out of the book. I think this is the last piece of that we need to do. Okay, this is the music note out of the book. This was that old music book. Okay, so again, the ink on this now, this is old. Oh, so here's what's happening. I got that contact paper underneath. The water's going right through it. Well, I guess that didn't last very long. Oh, I should have sealed it. I'll put another layer on it and I'll seal it. I should have sealed it. I didn't even think about that. Okay, no biggie. Okay, so here we are. We're rubbing this off. Okay, this is the music note, the music book. Okay, here it goes. All right, so this one's having a little trouble coming off. Don't know why. And I did this one earlier and it worked pretty well. I actually used the same piece of paper, just the other half. Maybe this wasn't in there long enough, I don't know. Or the water's not warm enough. Again, guys, that's a big, it seems to be that plays a lot into it too, is the temperature of your water. Okay. You might not think that would matter, but it seems to matter quite a bit. Okay, so this, I think, the book, the music note book, music book, I think comes out great. Let me rinse it. Okay, and then here we go. Here's this one. Hang on, let me grab a paper towel so you can see it. All right, look at that. Okay, see, pretty cool. And again, you could use these in your junk journals or, you know, whatever, projects, cards, scrapbooks, whatever you want to do, okay? And yes, you can just use the image, cut it out and put it down. But if you want it to be clear and not have all that background, then this is the technique for you to do to get that, all that background off. You want to get rid of the background and just have the image, okay? All right. So there is that, and I'll show you the one that I did earlier. It is right here. Now, this one got stuck to something, and look how white it got. It got stuck to the paper underneath. Got all icky. So that's the thing, is once these are dry, as we have figured out, you do need to go over them with some powder. I would get a translucent powder at like the Dollar Tree, dollar store, nothing with glitter or anything, just plain old translucent powder in the makeup section, and a makeup brush that you want to use for it, and then just apply that, okay? Because look at how clear that is, right? Pretty cool. That's going to be very cool on a project. Okay, I'm going to lay that there. All right, I think that is all of the, I can't believe I got a hole in here already. I think that is all of the mediums that I tried, of what worked for me and what didn't work. Remember, you could also do it, I'm sorry, I'm getting this stuff off the table here. You can also do it printed, with something that you've printed, but you have to have a laser printer, not an inkjet printer, okay? Carol, Christmas gifts, yeah. Yes, Terry Jo, packing tape. Packing tape, okay? If you missed any of this, rewatch it. It's very cool. It's got great stuff, it's got good stuff, and not so good stuff. But that's what we do on Technique Thursday. We learn the good and the bad of it and what works, what doesn't. Okay? But if you're doing junk journaling, this is a great thing that you can use. Okay? How cute would this music thing be in there? Okay? Or whatever. Papers that you make. If you missed, I don't remember how long ago it was, but we did the distressed paper technique. This is the brown paper that you can buy a whole roll of it at Dollar Tree. And we softened it and inked it and made it look aged and everything. And now I took a sheet of it that I had and covered this book that I had with it. And then here's my first page. This was a page that we did with it. And this I had printed, I think this is a sheet. I put the brown paper in the printer and printed this out. Okay. So so here's like the start of a junk journal. Okay. And so now you could take some of this, okay, and see, I know it's hard to see, but you could decoupage that on there, okay, or however you want to attach it. The other thing I did was the book, and I got some of these, which I like. Now, these have some paper attached to them, and I forget why, or I just didn't rub them enough. Maybe I didn't rub these enough. But this is just words from the inside of a book, okay? These I just must not have rubbed enough or something. I don't remember what happened here, okay? And you could just cut them. The words don't even have to make sense. Okay, you've just got words of a book or something, okay? So you'll start looking at things differently. And then embellish them. Embellish them with your diamonds, okay? With your buttons, diamonds, buttons, gears, whatever you can find, keys, anything you can find laying around in your stash room. Start embellishing them with that, okay? That will be wonderful. What can I cover this with? Actually, I could probably take packing tape and cover this whole thing, this whole board with packing tape so that we don't wear through it. I'm so bummed I wore through it already today. Wait till Al finds out. We just made it today. All right, let me think if there was anything else. Oh, this is what I was going to show you guys. So this is what I did earlier because I was going to do a different technique today. And I went to do it, and then I watched the YouTube video on it again, and I didn't have the right stuff to do it. But anyways, this is the napkin. Okay, so this is the napkin that I just adhered to one of these little boards that I have. And then I was going to take, the word. Remember I told you I had the words here earlier. And I think I was going to just put like the words valley on there. See, the cactuses were in the valley. Something like that. But my words kind of got all yucky. Oh, see, now it's stuck again. Dang it. Again, let me see if I can get underneath it. Oh my God. The stickiness is the worst. Come on. Oh, goodness. All right, so I was just going to like maybe put the word valley on here. Okay, with this or something, and just decorate this up. Add some diamonds to the cactuses. Okay, those are the cactuses out of the napkin that we did this with. All right, see, look familiar? So again, you could do something like this, okay? And these are still sticky, all right? But this I just decoupaged on, okay? These are just stuck everywhere. All right, so this here I was just going to decorate up and then add some diamonds, probably a bow or something up here. It's just going to be like a hanging thing. This is the back of what I've been using to show you the patterns on, okay? All right, any questions? No, because it was too wet, Carol. So I don't want to add powder when they're wet because I think I'll get a paste. So I got to wait till they dry to add the powder to them. So I've got them all just kind of laying upside down here. But they like draw to each other. They're like, it's like the static electricity on them is like, they like draw to each other and they get stuck to each other. They're crazy. They're like little children. Look down here. They're like little children everywhere and they just want to rip. So yeah, once they're dry and there's no water spots on them, I'll powder them. But I don't want to do that now because I think I might get a paste. All right. Okay, guys, I hope you had fun watching this one. It was a good technique. Like I said, it's got good things. It's got some things I can't do like the printer because I don't have the right printer, okay? I did get the technique on YouTube from our Upcycled Life, okay? So I'm going to give credit out to her. So thank you. Thank you guys for watching me. Happy Technique Thursday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Now, tomorrow I normally do Freestyle Friday, but we have a live at 5 o'clock tomorrow about the cruise. Okay, so the cruise, for those of you that don't know, we are cruising, Crafting Cruise, April 19th. We're going to Alaska. It's our 3rd annual. Okay, every year we've gone somewhere different. This year we're going to Alaska. There is still space available if you would like to join us. But we are doing a question and answer live tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It'll be myself and Dave, who is our travel agent. He's going to join us and answer questions. He'll be in the comments answering questions. He actually left yesterday on a cruise, so he's going to be calling in from the ship. Okay. I forget where he's going. I don't even know where he's going. He left out of San Francisco. So he's going that. I think they're going to Hawaii. So they left yesterday. So he's going to get on the call. He'll be in the comments from the ship tomorrow at 5 o'clock, our time, Mountain Time. So we're going to do a question and answer. If you have any questions about the cruise, there is a post in the group section. Go to groups, go to Crafting Cruise 2025, and there is a post there that Dave put up that said, put your questions in here so that we kind of know ahead of time what you might want answered, so we can, if it's anything we have to research or look into, we can have those answers for you tomorrow, okay? So because of that, Freestyle Friday is going to be postponed or rescheduled to Saturday. So Freestyle Friday is going to be on Saturday, Freestyle Saturday at 5:30. Okay, so I will see you guys on Saturday for a freestyle project. Okay, tomorrow I will see you. For those of you that are on the cruise, please join us. If you are not on the cruise but interested in thinking, what is she talking about? They're taking a cruise, Crafting Cruise. Yes, so much fun. Join us tomorrow at 5 o'clock right here on Facebook, and we will get questions answered about that. Okay, all right, guys, have a great night. Love you all. Love you all. My hearts work, they work, they work. You guys have a great night. I will see those of you tomorrow at 5 o'clock for Crafting Cruise. I will see you Saturday at 5:30 for Freestyle Friday. And if you guys are local, I will see you out at Mesa Marketplace if you happen to be out there this weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. So you guys have a great one. Have fun. And I will see you all soon. If you've missed any of this, if it does not say live here, then you are on replay. Please comment pound or hashtag replay so we know that it was rewatched. And then go ahead and rewatch it and enjoy it. It was a great technique, fun, different. Packing tape. You never know what you have around the house that you could make something out of. You just never know. You guys have a great night. Love you all.